Vikings, and the Ohio State won 17-9 at the Woody Hayes Athletic Center when it was pretty cold outside, but this beautiful new venue is able to hold the men's and women's lacrosse teams. So now we look at Cleveland State. They were picked 7th in the preseason poll for the A-Sun. They went 3-10 last year, 0-5 in the conference play. What sticks out about this Vikings team is they struggled last year, and they weren't picked very highly in their conference poll.
Yeah, you said it. This is a team that is on the upcoming, and this is a team that's just brand new as well. A program that got started in 2017. But I'm looking at returning player Gan Matthews, who was named the A-Sun Freshman of the Year in a first-team all-conference. He's going to be a big key for this Viking squad today, who's looking to start for the first time ever in their season with a win.
And Ohio State underway as Connor Camille has the ball for the Buckeyes, and Jack Myers gets into the box. Drew Blanchard winning the first faceoff for the Buckeyes. He went up against Charlie Williams for Cleveland State. So here come the Buckeyes moving it around now. Cole, this Ohio State offense, very dangerous. What do you like about them?
I just like how deep they are. So much depth on the squad, and you can tell they can get guys in and out with ease. Just so great, and so great in that attacking threat as well.
Kyle Borda, the Fairfield transfer, shot on goal, but it was saved by goalkeeper Cameron Logan, the senior from North Canton, Ohio. And a shot clock reset for the Buckeyes.
And for Cameron Logan in back of the net for the Vikings. He started all 13 games in goal for the Vikings last season. Made a program best 21 saves against Utah, who's picked top in the A-Sun this season.
Buckeyes moving it around now. Scott White had a couple goals last week for the Buckeyes. Here comes White again. Gets it around to McGee. Now at X for Jack Myers. Myers had 200 career points last week. Put the shot on the goal, and Logan with the second save of the game.
Logan getting busy early, but this is something that we're going to see all game long against that Ohio State team who's so good on that offensive end. Non-stop pressure coming their way.
Grayson Dowd gets into the box. Cleveland State's first possession. The Vikings moving it around. Gavin Held has the ball. The Vikings getting their substitutions in. So Cleveland State, led by Gannon Matthews, the redshirt sophomore midfielder. He was the freshman of the year in the conference last season with 19 goals and 15 assists. Look to see him get some action today. Now Joe Donatis has the ball for Cleveland State. 35 seconds on the shot clock for the Vikings. And a nice cut inside. Ryan High shot it. And Joe Donatis gets at the end line. Gannon Matthews, here he is, the top player for the Vikings, gets it to X. And here comes Brendan Sigerson. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Amiri Austin is going to have to look to get a shot. Good defense. And a turnover for Cleveland State. The Ohio State bench, emphatic.
Yeah, Vikings doing a great job working all the way down the shot clock, holding on to possession, but they couldn't just make anything out of it. You said that turnover, and now this is where Ohio State gets dangerous in the transition.
Connor Camille gives it across the field with ease to Blake Elland. Buckeyes get into the box. Now behind X. Ed Sheen gets it up top. And now it's Mitchell Pelkey with the ball, the YouTube sensation, social media star for Ohio State, also the attackman. Jack Myers now has the ball. Preseason second-team All-American by every lacrosse organization. Gets around and scores! Jack Myers moves up in history, tied with Trey LeClaire. All-time in points with 204 career points. Moves into 5th place. That's his 106th goal of his career.
And Jack Myers picking up just where he left off last week. 4 goals in the debut against Air Force. And the captain getting to work early on here in Columbus.
Tied in 5th place for Jack Myers with the former All-American Trey LeClaire. Blanchard and the Vikings fighting for the faceoff right now. You have Zupicic in there on the wing, and Ohio State wins it with Trent DeChico coming up with the ground ball. There's Jack Myers once again. Now the Buckeyes continue to move it around. Good ball movement. It's LaCondra Gets it up top. Buckeyes have plenty of time on the shot clock now. Kyle Lewis has possession. Now gets it to Ed Sheen, the sophomore from California. Good defense from the Vikings. Tanner Cox bringing the pressure. Lewis. Short stick. On short stick, Pelkey fakes the shot. Gets it to Dax to Sheen. Good defense from Cleveland State, not allowing the Buckeyes to get a shot on goal. Pelkey looks around. Now he's at X. Buckeyes moving it around once again. Look, Laranja, 10 seconds on the shot clock. Myers. And a shot and a goal. Buckeyes, Connor Mitchell gets on the board for Ohio State. He had a goal last week. Picks up once again. Buckeyes up 2-0.
And again, the rapid success and quick buildup from Ohio State. And this one, they really worked it around, taking all the way down possession. But again, Ohio State so dangerous. Cleveland State did so many right things on that defensive stance. But one Connor Mitchell goal, Buckeyes, quick start here into this one.
We're less than 5 minutes into the game, and Ohio State up 2-0. Thanks to a goal from Connor Mitchell. Mitchell, the senior midfielder. Interference from Ohio State. So Cleveland State will get the possession now. Zwagerman has the ball. Zwagerman looks around. Waits for Gannon Matthews to check into the game. Matthews with the ball. Up top. Matthews against Zubicic. Now Cleveland State moves it around once again. Joe Donatis now against a short stick with Trent DeChico. Austin with the shot and a goal. Amiri Austin gets the Vikings on the board. Goes past Wallen. Cleveland State down 2-1.
And what a rocket as well. And that's how you respond. Great job by the Vikings there. Knowing that they're down 2 goals, going quickly up the field. And you said Amiri Austin sending in a rocket, getting the Vikings back within 1 early on.
Austin, a quick redshirt sophomore midfielder from Georgia. He was on the all-freshman team last year for the conference. 5 goals and 6 assists in his time. Now he gets on the board in his first game of the season. Cleveland State wins the faceoff. Nice job there from Charlie Williams, his first faceoff of the day.
And, speaking again of the Vikings, a program very new, their inaugural season back in 2017. Not only if they can get a chance to upset Ohio State today, would be the first win to start out a season for Cleveland State. Also the first time against the Buckeyes in particular and a Big Ten team.
Gannon Matthews with possession now finds Austin, who had the goal earlier for the Vikings. He waited for Joe Donatis to check into the game. Short stick against Connor Kimmiel. Oh, what a move! He could not find the back of the net, but Cleveland State recovers. Shot clock still remains at 35 seconds and counting. This Cleveland State offense so far looking pretty good, Cole.
Looking a little settled in here. They're a little rattled with those first 2 goals, but you said it, getting one back, and they're more settled on this offensive end, working around the shot clock and seeing what this Ohio State defense has up to give.
And Wallen with the save, intercepted the pass and throws it up the field, but gives it right back to Amiri Austin, who actually just threw it out of bounds, so Buckeye ball.
Yeah, a little heads-up play from Austin that time. Couldn't quite get the pass he intended to, and you said it, turnover for the Buckeyes.
Blake Ellen for the Buckeyes gives it to Jack Myers. Moving it around to Locke Larandra. Buckeyes up top. 8:11 to go in this quarter. Scott White moves towards the goal. Locke Larandra. Oh, nice pass and a better goal. Buckeyes. Kyle Borda with the goal. Bottom left corner.
Great response from Ohio State that time. Kyle Borda, who made his debut last week for the Buckeyes with 4 goals as well, keeping the energy up. He gets another one, and you said it again, a great pass in the Ohio State offense, being able to move the ball quickly in the area. You said it, 3 goals early on, the opening couple of minutes in Columbus.
Kyle Borda, the graduate transfer from Fairfield, 22 goals and 21 assists in his time in Connecticut. Blanchard wins the faceoff, but an interference called against Charlie Williams. So Zubicic goes quick up the field for Ohio State. Now they'll reset and take their time, wait for their offensive middies to get back on the field. Jason Knox is checked in for Ohio State, number 16, who will set the pick for La Clarendra. Up to Knox, top right. Here's McGee. Now there's Jack Myers, the dangerous Jack Myers, and he's got short stick on short stick now. Cleveland State switches. McGee, nice little spin dodge, and could not find the back of the net. Ed Sheen, the closest to the end line, saves it for Ohio State. 36 seconds on the shot clock for the Buckeyes, up 3-1. La Clarendra gives it to Sheen. Sheen loses control of possession. Oh, and a nice move by Cleveland State. Tanner Cox hit it to himself, picks up the ground ball in Cleveland State. Nice clear by them.
And a great job by the Vikings getting back in possession here. We talked about getting that defensive stance, which they wanted to do, going against a top-ranked offense. And we're seeing it getting settled in on this offensive end. They want to take the shot clock all the way down, having sure their players are on the best position here. This is how you take it to a top-ranked team. This is how you pull off the upset wins, being able to work it around.
Whoa, nice move by Cleveland State. Moving it around. And a shot from Andrew Boniface resets the shot clock. Now Sigurdsson has it at X. Up against Bobby Van Buren, the Big Ten Freshman of the Year. One of the top defensive men in his freshman class last year from recruiting terms. And a shot outside by Cleveland State. Michael Kerr zips it past Cleveland State with 47 seconds left on the shot clock. The Vikings will reset up top. Kerr against DeChico. On Ohio State, Zubicic picks it up after the Cleveland State miscue. The long stick, he's got the wheels to get past the halfway point. Oh, and Zubicic is tripped, and a penalty flag is coming out now. Zubicic frustrated. And that will give Cleveland State a penalty. Let's see who they called on. A 1-minute penalty call against Andrew Boniface, the senior midfielder.
And this is the best moment for the Buckeyes. Talk about taking advantage. They're going to have the man up for the next minute. And this is where good teams perform at their highest level. You have to be able to capitalize in the mistakes that the Vikings have provided Ohio State. Let's see what this Ohio State offense can do here.
Man-up situation for the Buckeyes. They get their man-up offense on the field. The ball is going to start in the hands of Jack Myers next to the official. Top left of your screen. So the Buckeyes will move it around. They have a whole minute of being a man up in this offense against Cleveland State. Myers up top. So dangerous and so good. Ed Sheen has the ball. And a dangerous pass is intercepted, intended for Trent DeChico.
Great job just by Cameron Logan. Again, so in control in the back of the net. And this is where Cleveland State has to be very careful. 30 seconds left for the man up. You can bet they're going to try to waste this time a little bit and get their player back in.
And a nice shot from Cleveland State's Gannon Matthews, but his save, that was actually Gavin Held with the shot. And Ohio State sloppy clearing, but it doesn't go out of bounds. Myers is checked up top, and a penalty flag is coming out. Cleveland State can't believe it. A dangerous check towards Myers' helmet, but Ohio State picks it up. It's a delayed penalty right now, as Myers has the ball top left.
And again, Ohio State couldn't convert on the last opportunity. As you said, the delayed penalty coming in now, but Buckeyes trying to work it around slowly here, knowing that last time down, Cleveland State come railing, almost have the opportunity, and you said a poor clearance.
They shot on goal for Ohio State's Jason Knox. The delayed penalty comes in, and Ohio State will be in a man-up situation again.
We just talked about Ohio State couldn't convert on that last time. You have to be a little more disciplined on this offensive end, making sure that you can't attack without the right opportunities for Ohio State. And meanwhile, the Cleveland State Vikings were racing down, as we said. Almost had an opportunity. They got that shot off on Skylar Wallen, who made the save near that bottom left corner. Buckeyes know that they need to capitalize, and they can't make the same mistake again.
A cross-check will be assessed on Cleveland State against Matt Humphreys, the long-stick midfielder for the Vikings. Jack Myers will have the ball on the left side of your screen. Number 2 in the all-white for Ohio State. 1 minute penalty. Ohio State in their second man-up situation. Ed Sheen gets it back to Myers up top. Myers fakes the shot. Knox with the goal, bottom right corner. The assist to Jack Myers. 1 assist away from career 100. But what a shot by Jason Knox.
This time OSU capitalizing on the man-up opportunity. You said Jack Myers working around. So strategic and so brilliant the way he can get his teammates involved. That time finding the open Jason Knox, and he just slots it right past Cameron Logan for the Vikings. Buckeyes capitalize on that man-up opportunity. They now lead 4-1.
Knox's second goal of the season, courtesy of Jack Myers' assist. And now we go back to the face-off between the specialists. Blanchard and Charlie Williams fighting it out. And an easy face-off win is Connor Samuel picks it up and brings it into the restraining box. Timeout called against Ohio State. Up 4-1. Still in their man-up situation. Cole, what do you think Coach Myers is telling his team right now?
You know, you can definitely tell that the eagerness of getting that extra goal here right now is something big on their minds. Knowing, again, that last opportunity they couldn't convert. This time getting that goal in and still have some time as well. So, again, he's definitely going to be encouraging these guys. Get up early. You have a little bit of time left. See what you can do here in this 38 seconds that you have provided. Work it around and see if they can go up 4 goals now on the Vikings.
Buckeyes up 3 goals. We'll be back in just a moment on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back here to Ohio State Lacrosse Stadium on Big Ten Plus. 3:41 remaining as Ohio State leads 4-1. Matt Goldman, Cole Emplet here. Cole, Ohio State in a man-up situation. They have 38 seconds. How quickly do they need a shot?
They have time to work it around. As you can tell, their last time in the man-up, their last goal just coming from it. It was something we're seeing right now. Jack Myers getting his teammates involved, and it looks like they're going to go pretty quick here.
Ed Sheen behind the net. Passes it up top to Kyle Lewis. Oh, and a fake pass. Dangerous from Lacrosse. Results in a turnover. Sheen with an aggressive check. Here come the Buckeyes quickly. Up top, Jack Myers rips one. And the Buckeyes will keep possession.
And with 2 seconds left, you have to like the eagerness from Myers. You know he had to get the shot off there.
All even for both sides now. Sheen resets the offense. Some off-ball screens. Some movement around X. Ohio State gets Scott White involved now as he checks into the game. A dangerous attackman for the Buckeyes. Sheen, the sophomore from California, gets it to Myers at X. Myers so good at X. Now Scott White. Lacrosse. Back to Myers. 34 seconds on the shot clock. Buckeyes just moving it around on the outside.
You can see they're very content as well, just making sure they get the right opportunity. They don't want to waste this offensive possession.
Jack Myers with 20 seconds. Oh, and a fake pass quickly. Oh, as the player's down. And Jason Knox pushed into the crease, which results in Ohio State getting a fresh shot clock and keeping possession.
And this is just wear and tear on the Vikings defense, who have done a great job this possession, holding off the man-up opportunity. And now you said Ohio State a fresh clock here. So they're just looking to settle in. They don't need to go quick. They just have to find the right opportunities.
Myers gets it to Knox. Back to Myers. Those two have been excellent today. Scott White up top. And it's checked well by Cleveland State's Carson Berkey. Myers comes inside, fires one on the outside. Buckeyes keep possession.
Another great look that time from Myers. Received the quick pass, tried to take it right inside, but couldn't convert. But again, Ohio State still with 30 seconds, still just working around here. But you got to give credit to this Cleveland State defense, really holding on right now.
Scott White with 20 seconds on the shot clock. Ohio State winding down the time once again. Less than 2 minutes in the quarter. Up 3 goals. Oh, and Myers tried to find a cutting Jason Knox. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Buckeyes need to go quick. Sheen gets it to Myers. Myers comes around X. Shoots it. Saved by Cameron Logan. Right at Logan's body, Cole.
And Logan's been busy early on. That's his 3rd save of the afternoon so far. But great job again by this whole Vikings defense. Really sounding in for a little over 2 minutes that they had to hold off this Ohio State attack.
Oh, and an interception by Jack Myers. No goalie right now. Myers elects not to throw it. And Sheen gets the goal, and Jack Myers, career assist, 100, the 3rd Buckeye to ever do it in program history, gets his sophomore teammate involved.
A credible Myers milestone for Myers, who just made that whole play work. Got the interception off Cameron Logan. Just a mistake right there in the midfield. Working the ball up. Just easily connects with Sheen, and Sheen puts it in. Great play from the Buckeyes there. They were knocking the last possession. And off the quick turnover, Ohio State gets that 5th goal.
Great job by Ohio State, able to wind down the time and keep possession. Blanchard wins the faceoff. And a nice check there as a delayed penalty will be coming up. Sigurdsson and Andy Sherman, the head coach of Cleveland State, is fired up at the officials right now over the call, Cole.
And you can tell both coaches were clearly not happy. Myers from Ohio State was getting the official's face. And on the other end, the Vikings as well. As soon as that late penalty came out, we're hearing it at what it is now.
And a technical foul for a push against Sigurdsson. 30 seconds for Cleveland State. Cleveland State, that's their 3rd penalty of the game. Cole, they can't really afford this against an Ohio State offense that's firing all cylinders right now.
You're talking about Ohio State went up 2-0 in a great response by the Vikings, making it close. But you said the mistakes have been costing them right now.
Myers at X. Lacrosse. Back to Myers. Only 16 seconds on the play clock. Sheen fires. And Myers will keep possession with 13.4 in the rest of the quarter. 9 seconds on the man up. Scott White shoots from top right. Cameron Logan with another save. Logan's having himself a nice day, even though letting up 5 goals. And fires it down the field. And this will end the quarter. Ohio State and Cleveland State, the only 2 Division I programs in lacrosse in the state of Ohio, go at it today for Cleveland State's first game of the season. Buckeyes looking for win number 2. 5-1 in favor of the Buckeyes. Cole, recap of the first quarter as Ohio State is just doing a great job on offense. They took a lot of time off the clock, but also got 5 goals in the meantime.
Yeah, you said it. Just making the most of their opportunities. We talked about going up 2-1, and then having a couple penalties going against this Viking squad for some man-up opportunities. Ohio State able to capitalize, and then again, some careless turnovers as well. That last goal that we saw from Sheen, intercepted by Myers. So this Cleveland State team has shown the aggression when they needed to, but too many mistakes so far have led to a high-powered offensive attack from Ohio State, now leading with 14 shots, and it clearly shows with their 5 goals.
Buckeyes up 5-1. We'll return for action of the second quarter here on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back here on Big Ten Plus as Ohio State leads 5-1 to start the second quarter. Cole, Ohio State, their offense has been well, but it's been starting in the face-off X as Drew Blanchard looks to win another face-off. And a nice scrum right now. A couple players on the ground. Blanchard wins the face-off. He's been excellent today, Cole.
Make that 6 for 8 on the day. Last week he won 22 of 26. That's the third most for an Ohio State player since 2003.
And a penalty will be called against Ohio State. Looks to be Marcus Hudgens, the transfer from Army. A slash against Marcus Hudgens, 1 minute. And Marcus Hudgens was a big addition in the transfer portal, Cole. He was an All-American when he was at Army. He did so well. Sat out last season, did not play. But now he's here in Columbus, and he's a big addition to this Buckeyes defensive unit.
Oh, definitely so. You're just talking about a defense that has consistently gotten better since the offseason. But now looking at this Vikings team who's on the attack here, this is where they can make the most of their opportunities on a man-up. They got the goal early on in that first period. Have been a little quiet since, trying to get their shots up, but this is a brilliant time for the Vikings to go to work.
Vikings in a man-up situation now, hoping to alleviate the deficit, down 4 goals at the moment. Nice shot on the outside, though, for Cleveland State. Michael Kerr with the shot from top left. 60 seconds remain on the shot clock. Just under 30 on the man up. Cole, so Cleveland State's going to have to get a goal in the next couple seconds if they want to get one before Hudgens checks back in.
Yeah, they're trying to go quick. You see, they're trying to build up. A little turnover right there, and now Ohio State building off it. They have to close it out with this last 10 seconds. And again, the mistakes have cost the Vikings, and again with that man-up opportunity.
Connor Camille gets the ground ball to junior. Defensive midi finds his teammate Jack Myers, who brings it around into the box. There's Trent DeChico. He won Big Ten Player of the Week a couple times last year for his defense as a short stick midfielder, and as well as amounting a lot of ground balls for the Buckeyes. Coach Myers talked about this week. DeChico is one of his hardest working players, always brings the energy, but always knows when it's go time. And now Maggie gets the goal. Wow! Rips it on the right side past Logan, and his teammates love that as they come out on the field.
Just a great response from Ohio State. Making the most off the turnover that time, going quickly. And you said it, feeling so confident, they're locked back in to start this second period. Within 2 minutes, getting their sixth goal as well. Ohio State's looking like that dominant team from a week ago.
Dylan Maggie, the freshman from Lovejoy, Texas. And a different faceoff specialist for the Buckeyes now, Matthew Fritz, gets involved. As Coach Myers talked about, wanting to get a couple guys in the faceoff room involved as much as possible, including him, James Hogan, and then there's Drew Blanchard.
Yeah, of course. Get some other guys up there and making sure that everyone's settled in a little bit. You know what Blanchard can bring you, but in games like this, when you can really go down the depth a little bit, why not see what some other guys are made of?
Now Cleveland State has possession, down 5 goals. That was Dylan McGee's first goal of the season. Coming all the way from Texas. You don't hear many players coming from Texas to play lacrosse in Ohio. But Coach Myers, when it comes to recruiting, he wants to get the best class and the best characters possible. Myers has been the coach for Ohio State for a long time now, 15th year for the Buckeyes, looking for win 122 in his career in the Scarlet and Gray. And a nice job by Ohio State as their defense clears it up top. Here come the Buckeyes now. Greg Langemeyer comes quick, gets it to LaCondra. She now inside the box, and Ohio State gets their offensive midfielders back out on the field. Scott White up top. Now joining him is Dylan McGee, who just had the last goal for the Buckeyes. Ohio State in the all-white, red trim on the outside. Cleveland State in the green and white. Jack Myers has a long stick on him. He has Carson Berkey going up against. McGee gets it to X. So the Buckeyes continue to move it around. They love using the X. Scott White with a nice move. But White escapes and gets it to Sheen. Buckeyes up top. Less than 20 on the shot clock. They're going to have to go quick to get a shot. Scott White rips one past Logan. Just 11 seconds on the shot clock.
And a great look there, but you said they still have 11 seconds here. They know they're going to have to go a little quick on this possession. Only getting the one shot off. So trying to get a little more comfortable here, knowing that they got to go quick.
Here comes Ed Sheen. Less than 10 on the shot clock. The sophomore is going to have to make something. He gets towards the goal, hits the crossbar up top. And Cleveland State escapes. Sheen was wide open in front of the net.
And what an opportunity for Sheen. You said it. Goes right in with the dive and hits off the crossbar. And Cleveland State definitely needed that one back. Relieved that they're only trailing 5 goals now and setting into their offense.
Now here comes Cleveland State. Zwagerman gets it around. Here comes Ian McKissick now. Gannon Matthews, he's been quiet today. We haven't heard much from the A-Sun freshman of the year. Not even on the field at the moment. Cleveland State continues to move it around. Boniface has the ball against Zubicic. Gets it to X. That's Gavin Held. Less than 30 on the shot clock. Kerr goes quick inside. Oh, it hits the top of the crossbar. Back-to-back crossbar shots for both teams. Van Buren goes quick. The long stick to Connor Camille. Camille rips one. Gets the goal. The defensive midfielder. Coast to coast and scores.
Wow. Talk about a quick turnaround. You said it. Coming the other way. Cleveland State again. Another crossbar hit, and Ohio State going quick the other way. Camille taking it all the way down the field, and he just winds up. There's nothing that time. that Cameron Logan can do in the back of the net. Ohio State continuing their dominance, already 18 shots, 7 goals to show for.
Timeout from Cleveland State. They need to talk things over as they're down 7-1, 9:41 remaining. We'll be back in just a moment as Buckeyes lead by 6. Welcome back here on Big Ten Plus as Ohio State leads 7-1, 9:41 remaining in the second quarter. Cleveland State, a pretty new program when it comes to lacrosse. Second year in their conference, Cole. So when you have a new program like this, going up against top-tier talent, it's good competition. It allows for the guys to play some of their best lacrosse against some of the best players in the country.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. This team, as you mentioned, their inaugural season back in 2017, and of course, this is the second time in the ASUN competing in conference play last year. Didn't get a win in conference play, but you talk about playing a top-ranked Ohio State, which they've done every year since they have started.
Shot and a goal! Cleveland State right on cue, Cole. Evan Moskwa. The face-off junior from Michigan. Nice shot and a nice goal gets Cleveland State back on the board.
And the Vikings were quiet early on to start this second period, but Moskwa getting the fire started, going straight off the face-off and taking it all the way. Something that the Vikings used could help boost start this game.
Moskwa back in the face-off X against Matthew Fritz for Ohio State. Moskwa kicks it around. Good job by the wing player for Ohio State. And Colin Brown to pick up the ground ball. Buckeyes have possession. Myers looks around. He's got Connor Mitchell on the field. Here comes Mitchell Pelkey, the senior attackman from Maryland. Shot and a goal. Coming around on the outside of X is Kyle Lewis, the midfielder.
And Ohio State just picking up as well. A quick Cleveland State goal, and you can tell how Ohio State felt about that. The quick response from the graduate Kyle Lewis. Just doing a great job of responding. Any threat that has come the Buckeyes' way, Ohio State has been able to extinguish it early on with ease.
Lewis transferred over on from Lynchburg last season. In his career, 73 goals, 131 assists in his time with Lynchburg. Now comes over to give Ohio State another offensive threat. Moskwa wins the faceoff for the Vikings. Also, Moskwa so far, he didn't start the game for Cleveland State, but he's come in, he's won a couple faceoffs, got a goal going. Moskwa might be the answer that Cleveland State needs down 6.
Yeah, last year he was the primary faceoff guy for this Vikings team, was a team best 104 of 201 in the circle. And you talked about instantly getting that faceoff win, going and getting a goal, kick-starting. But again, Ohio State with the response here, but seeing if the Vikings can settle in a little more now in the second quarter.
About 8 minutes remaining in the second quarter, Ohio State up 6. And Walland with the save as Robbie Brzankis ripped it down to the bottom part of the goal.
And Wallen's been so great early on this season for Ohio State last week. 8 saves in the win against Air Force, and again making his mark today against the Vikings.
LaCondra rips a shot, and I have to think Skylar Walland maybe if he wants to market some NIL, wall in the wall might be a good slogan.
I think you gave him a brilliant idea there, Matt. Let's see if he takes it. But he's been that wall so far this season.
Sheen comes around at X. And the pass is intercepted as he tried to pass it across midfield. Ohio State gets a timeout as they were battling for possession. And they'll have 49 seconds on the shot clock when we return in just a moment. Cole, smart timeout by Myers.
Yeah, the little scrum right there, but you said get a timeout, have your guys reset, and then you'll have the ball being able to really settle in here. Again, trying to make the most of your offensive opportunities, and it's just I think it's a great call by Nick Myers, reset the team a little bit.
Ohio State started off with 5 goals in the first quarter. They're at 3 right now. 7:40 remaining in this second quarter. Welcome back here on Big Ten Plus as Ohio State leads 8-2. I'm Matt Goldman with my partner Cole Lemplett here on Big Ten Plus. Cole, Ohio State has been playing excellent these first 2 quarters. Jack Myers, 1 goal, 2 assists. He's 3 points already. He's just dominant for Ohio State every week, and he did that all last year. Buckeyes moving around the outside. Scott White. Ooh, nice move. Gets it inside to Knox. Knox pulls it out. He's tripped for a quick second. Now up top. And a shot that Ed Sheen, in a way, kind of looked like a pass for a quick second from Kyle Borda. LaClarandra rips one past the right side. A bounce shot. Sometimes the bounce works the best, Cole.
Sometimes it does, and I don't hate that opportunity from LaCondra as well. 11 seconds, knowing that he had a good opportunity here, but going quick is Ohio State.
Myers goes quick, bounces another one. Sheen will save it. Only 3 seconds on the shot clock. Ohio State might just pass it and not get a shot, just to move Cleveland State as far as they can away. And that's exactly what Sheen does. Shot clock violation. Here comes Cleveland State.
And not the worst move, as you mentioned, for the Buckeyes. Get their guys back here. Prevent Cleveland State from going quick on a counter.
Here comes Zach Tower, Gets it to Cameron Logan. Logan's been having himself a nice day, a couple saves, but not much you can do when Ohio State's offense continues to trick you up with a lot of off-ball movement and some great fast shots.
And you said it best. There's only so much you can do after facing an onslaught from this Buckeyes offense. And this is something they're so accustomed to early on this season. We knew this was going to be the identity going in. They have a fast-paced offense. It's been on display today.
Jack Myers last season, 38 goals, 45 assists for the Buckeyes from Washington, D.C. And a nice shot. But Gavin Held cannot find the back of the net. Walland stops him right in front. Crease violation.
Wow, just a great opportunity that time. Gavin held right in front as well. They know that they need to convert those going forward. They want to tighten the gap between the Buckeyes.
Buckeyes move it around to X. Sheen played a pivotal part today, the sophomore from California. Kyle Lewis has the ball. Now it's LaClarandra at X. Lewis tried to send a pick. He does so. Stands his ground. Back to Lewis. Lewis has 36 seconds on the shot clock. He's got a short stick. Now gets it to Sheen. Back to Lacandra at X. Cameron Logan has come out of the goal quickly, and that's going to hurt him as Ed Sheen cuts inside right in front of the crease, gets the goal for the Buckeyes.
You said it. Costly mistake, stepping right outside from Cameron Logan and capitalizing on the mistake is Ohio State once again here in the second period. That is their now fourth goal here in the second period. Ed Sheen's second of the day, fourth of the season. Assisted by Lacrosse on that one. Just Ohio State doing a great job once again talking about that fast-paced offense, how quickly they recognize the mistakes and then attacking and making the most of it.
Ed Sheen, one of Nick Meyer's favorite players, got him all the way out from California. Not many Californians on this team. As Coach Myers talked about, his swagger is one of the things he loves about him, but he also brings a confidence at the same time. Now the Buckeyes have possession again, winning another faceoff. That was won by James Hogan for Ohio State, his first. As the crowd says, "Let's go Hoagie," from Ridgewood, New Jersey. Scott White gets it back up top to McGee. Lewis, nice little spin dodge. Almost turns it over, but Sheen recovers. Back to Lewis. Buckeyes doing a good job with their stick handling. McGee, Sheen looking for his third goal. He does! Top left corner, rips one. He just cranked that past Logan.
Man. Just what a shot, what a goal. Sheen continuing his dominant game today. 3 now for the attacking player. Ed Sheen doing a brilliant job again. A rocket in. I think he took all the words you might have said out of your mouth. His 5th of the season.
The Seal Beach, California native, got the assist from the freshman Dylan McGee. The young guys making an impact here, Cole. That's a big deal in the lacrosse world when your young guys are getting involved right away. Hogan loses the faceoff to Cleveland State. He lost it to Charlie Williams.
And again, just speaking of those young guys as well, it's so nice to see what Nick Myers and his staff has to offer with the depth that the Ohio State team is able to provide.
Here at the new stadium, the 360-degree venue, it seats over 2,500 people, lots of standing room, and the home field advantage has allowed for Ohio State to be up 8 so far against Cleveland State, their in-state foe. Now here come the Vikings. Held behind X. We have not seen much from Gannon Matthews, not on the field again for the Vikings. He was the freshman of the year in his conference. Now a scrum results in Ohio State getting the ground ball. Nice scoop from Johnny Cool. That's a pretty cool name, don't you think, Cole?
I'd say so. I would say so.
Jake Snyder won a gold medal for USA 18. Gets it to his midfielder Greg Langemeyer. Laclaranja has some trouble but gets the ball. Now Ohio State's going to reset as Mitchell Pelkey and Scott White will check in for the Buckeyes. On the top of your screen as they enter, here comes White. Pelkey actually stays in the substitution box. Scott White with a nice spin move. White now double teamed quickly by 2 long sticks. That might result in some trouble for Cleveland State. And now a cutting Pelkey gets the ball on the outside. Goal line extended for Mitchell Pelkey. Here comes Pelkey. Gets the pick. So the Buckeyes have 20 seconds on the shot clock. Less than 2:30 remaining. Now we're at 10 seconds on the shot clock. Pelkey comes around X. Bodied. And he's going to have to put up a shot. And it looks like Ohio State's going to have a shot clock violation. Mitchell, smart move to just toss it out of bounds and get Ohio State substitutions in and defense back.
Yeah, and again, Ohio State couldn't capitalize on that opportunity. Once again, working it around, but making the most and putting their guys back and clearing that ball out. Now, they weren't able to go down, but knowing that they still have 2 minutes here, Vikings going to go on the attack, but Ohio State will get another chance here to settle in.
And an excellent cleared again, and Matthews from Cameron Logan. 1:30 remaining in this second quarter. 10-2 in favor of Ohio State. Ohio State scored 5 goals in each quarter. Cleveland State 1 goal in each quarter. Can the Vikings get back on the board? With 40 seconds on the shot clock. Up top is Matthews. Goes inside. What a check! Justin Schur, the Maryland transfer. And now Ohio State goes coast to coast. Up the field. Kyle Lewis. He has control possession. Ohio State going to get a couple substitutions in. They have plenty of time. Just about 45 seconds remaining. They have more than enough time on the shot clock. 55 seconds on the shot clock. Now the Buckeyes will move it around inside the restraining box. McGee up top. He's got a short stick on him. Gets it back to LaCrandra. Less than 20 remaining. Knox does not set the pick. Now here comes the Buckeyes. Right on the crease is Lewis, but cannot find the back of the net. Here comes Cleveland State. 4 seconds remaining. And a push from behind. But the clock goes to 0. Andy German wants to see if the clock can come back. He points at the scoreboard, but the Buckeyes head to the locker room, and so will the Vikings. 10-2 in favor of the Buckeyes. Cole, a dominant first half, is off for Ohio State, his second of the day from Ridgewood, New Jersey. However, Robbie Stewart, faceoff specialist for Cleveland State, wins control, possession, second half action underway. College lacrosse, the official first weekend this week. There's a lot of big games in the Big Ten. Johns Hopkins, a Big Ten opponent for Ohio State, takes on number 1 Georgetown. Maryland's got a tough opponent as well. It's the Terrapins, the repeat national champions, look to do it once again in the Big Ten. Ohio State picks second in the Big Ten this season behind Maryland. Rutgers third, which is a little bit of a surprise because the polls have Rutgers in front of the number 11 Ohio State Buckeyes. Cole, this Big Ten is deep.
It's really deep, and that's something that Nick Myers talked about. As you can see, all 3 officials down there throwing the penalty flag as well in sync.
Here comes Amiri Austin, rips one on the outside, and the penalty will be called. Ohio State in a man-down situation, Cleveland State man up. And back to this Big Ten, Maryland, of course, sticks out. One of the dynasties in the sport, but Ohio State's on the up-and-coming. Rutgers has been excellent. They were the number 2 team last year, one of the top teams in the NCAA. Besides those top 3, is there anyone else that sticks out and says they have a chance to make a run this year? Hopkins used to be what Hopkins was with Paul Rabel and those guys back in the day, but they haven't been the same program.
Yeah, I wouldn't say so exactly. As you mentioned, this Big Ten is so deep and so competitive, something that Ohio State has been on the rise as you mentioned, Nick Myers. So happy to have this stadium as it welcomes another brand new stadium to the Big Ten, a culture and a conference that's really imploring the idea of getting this sport more out nationally.
Ohio has only 2 Division I programs, and these are the 2 Division I programs. Wallen with a nice save gets up to Zubicic. Zubicic puts on the wheels as Matthews had the attack against him. Langermeyer is the one who was called for the slashing penalty for Ohio State. He's still down in the penalty box. Buckeyes man down on offense. Have to imagine they'll wind things down with 15 seconds remaining on the penalty to get an all even. Seeing some substitutions on the defensive side as Sheen is going to wait it out. Now we are all even here in Columbus. Knox checks back in. McGee comes on. Here come the Buckeyes offense. Borda has the ball. Gets up to McGee.
And again, a great job by Ohio State, wearing all the way down the time and making sure they get their full players back on.
In the spin dodge. Whoa, the swim move over Kyle Borda gets a nice goal, bounces it past Logan, 11-2 in favor of Ohio State.
And Ohio State again picking up right where they left off. Had the man up for the Vikings. It didn't matter. Went away. Ohio State reset into their offensive rhythm. Got the guys they wanted. Now Kyle Borda gets his second goal of the day, and he continues his strong campaign as well. Fifth goal of the season.
Matthew Fritz back in the face-off X for the Buckeyes. Both teams are released now, but no team has possession yet. And Jake Snyder picks up the ground ball, gets it back to his goalie, Walland. Skylar Walland, the goalkeeper for Ohio State, the senior from Powell, Ohio, a local boy, as he played at All-Intangi Liberty, has been excellent. Say, talk about some of the strengths that Walland possesses that gives Ohio State an advantage on the defensive side.
And you said it earlier, branding possibly an NIL deal, that wall is exactly what he's been. He's been so strong in front of the net. He's not afraid to go out and get a little bit out of the zone, a little bit uncomfortable as well.
Mitchell Pelkey scores from X. The social media star gets the goal.
This Buckeyes team's doing so well. Again, Mitchell Pelkey firing it in. His first goal of the game, doing a great job attacking. I can't even finish my thoughts because of how quick this Buckeyes offense is moving. They're doing just such a great job. And again, early on here in this third period, just about not even 4 minutes in, 2 goals from the Ohio State, making sure that they continue their dominance.
Pelkey's first goal of the season. With 11:51 remaining in the second quarter, this Ohio State offense, you just said it, they're so quick and they continue to score. And they get another face-off win. I might have said too early, but they do get the face-off win. DeChico has to back up. Cleveland State's now been released. They can pressure DeChico. They don't. This Ohio State offense, they have so many pieces. And you think, oh, Jack Myers is going to run the point. He's going to score the most goals. But Ohio State has kind of gotten a lot of guys going today, Cole.
Yeah, exactly. They're so deep, has such a depth. This is something that we talked with Nick Myers about, how proud he is of this squad and how much they can do.
And McGee once again finds the back of the net. Dylan McGee's having himself a nice day. That's his second goal of the game.
And the scoreline says it all right now. 13-2, and Buckeyes are out shooting the Vikings 29-13. A great job by McGee there, getting his second one of the day, as Ohio State has been so lethal in front of net and in that offensive territory.
McGee's second goal of the game and of the season. Buckeyes up big 13-2. And they're showing why they deserve to be ranked one of the top in the nation. You have to assume maybe after this week they can move up into the top 10, Cole.
Yeah, definitely so. Win last week against Air Force, and right now going against a Cleveland State squad. And it doesn't get easier as it goes on. Having North Carolina come to town next week will be a great atmosphere here in Columbus.
Ohio State gets a couple new players in. Aiden Kenley, the sophomore midfielder's checked in. Have to imagine now, get some players off the bench to get some reps. With only 10:45 remaining in the third quarter, and Ohio State up 11. Sam Burns has the ball. Nice little spin move. Hits off the teammate's helmet, Garrett Nielsen, the senior from Maryland. Ed Sheen gets another goal. Goes from up to top to bottom.
Wow, great job by Ed Sheen. Staying with the play, getting the ball immediately back. And you said it, right in front of the net. He would not be denied. He's been lethal all game long. Talk about a player. Ed Sheen doing a great job, adding to his goal tally 4 on the day.
Gets the ground ball pickup, gets the goal, fakes out Cameron Logan, gives the Buckeyes a 12-goal advantage. As we'll take a break here on Big Ten Plus, 10:29 remaining in this matchup. Welcome back here on Big Ten Plus. 10:29 remaining. We almost had a change in net at first. It looked like Oren Gellenass was going to check into the game, but Skylar Wallen sticks in the net. Matthew Fritz in the faceoff X. Good job by Cleveland State to win possession. We haven't seen much of that this second half.
Yeah, it's been a slow start, you mentioned, for the Vikings, who have struggled immensely here to kick off the second half. Seeing what they can do now, they've gotten a couple shots up, but with no real success, have they really been able to settle into their offensive patterns?
Now Cleveland State will move it around. Up top, Joe Donatis. He's got a short stick on him. Now back to X. Sigurdsson throws it out of bounds. The ball was last touched by Ohio State. So that's Gavin Held who will have the ball for the Vikings. Donatis from California, San Marcos, California, to be specific. Now to Mary Austin. The Georgia native. He's got a short stick against Dante Bowen. Now it's Gannon Matthews, once again the sophomore. That goal line extended. Nice pass. Held was hit hard by Jake Snyder. Now 13 seconds on the shot clock. Donatis rips one, bounces on the outside. 4 seconds remain on the shot clock. 9 seconds, excuse me. Cleveland State could try and get a shot off right now. Austin goes quick towards the goal from X. Nice pass. And the finish from Gannon Matthews. Great job. Amiri Austin found him right on the crease. Goal, Cleveland State.
You said it. Great build-up, taking it all the way down the shot clock. But the goal is all they needed. Kickstart something here in the second half. Gannon Matthews gets on top. And the player that they've expected to get going and will be a big standout for this Vikings squad as they begin their season, he's been able to convert.
James Hogan and Robbie Stewart will battle it out for the faceoff now, the specialist. That was Gannon Matthews with the goal, his first of the season. Austin's first assist of the season as well.
And again, Matthews last year, ASUN Freshman of the Year, first team all-conference. He's the first ever Viking in program history since their inaugural season in 2017 to earn conference awards.
And Ohio State will have North Carolina, number 19 in the nation right now in the polls. Come here to Columbus, Ohio. We'll have the game here on Big Ten Plus as an excellent matchup between North Carolina, one of the blue bloods of this sport, takes on Ohio State. Here comes Kerr, saved by Walland in the low portion of the net. Great clear to Johnny Cool. Here comes Johnny Cool, the long stick. Taps into the box. And gets it to one of his attackmen, and Kyle Lewis.
And again, this is where Ohio State is going to be pretty deadly. Again, getting their guys they want in, setting in for the offense here, knowing that they have 55 seconds on the shot clock, really can settle in. They know they don't need to force anything. They have the big lead. So at this point, it's all about Ohio State looking for the right opportunities here, knowing that nothing needs to be rushed.
Sam Burns gets it to Sheen. Sheen remains in the game, the leading goal scorer with 4 points. Gets the pick from Lewis. Now he's at goal line extended, back to X. Aiden Kenley. He's got a long stick on him. Back to X for Lewis. Lewis looks around. Burns does not take the shot, though, with 18 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Sam Burns. 10 seconds, gets a pick. Back to Lewis. Lewis is going to have to go right in front of the crease. Ed Sheen, goal number 5 of the day.
Did we say he was having a day? Because he's having a day. Number 5 for Ed Sheen. Just talking about, again, brilliant play by Ohio State, taking it all the way down in the shot clock, knowing, getting their best opportunities, best looks, and Sheen capitalizes once again. Have a day.
Ed Sheen, magnificent today. Has 1/5 or 1/3, of the goals for Ohio State. Quick math right there, Cole.
I'll say that's pretty good. His 7th of the season, assisted by Kyle Lewis for Lewis's 3rd assist of the season. Ohio State, once again, just in that dominant stance we've seen stemming from last week with Air Force.
Cameron Logan will bring up the ball slowly, the goalkeeper for Cleveland State. Cleveland State clears it successfully. Berzonkis, the long stick, loses control of possession. Colin Brown picks it up to Sheen. What an assist! And Garrett Nilsson with the goal. The senior from Baltimore, Maryland. The assist from Sheen was beautiful.
Beautiful play. Picking it up, going the other way in transition, getting up to Sheen, firing all the way up, and finishing it off. Just again, great job by the Buckeyes here. That scoreline really flattering them right now. 16-3 with their 33 shots.
Nielsen's first goal of the season for the Buckeyes. And Ed Sheen. What a great teammate to find Nielsen right in front of the doorstep for the goal.
Sheen's got 6 points today as well, making his mark for sure here in this game.
Moskwa's pass was intended for Brendan Gerson, is intercepted, and Ohio State will now bring up the ball. Buckeyes move it around the outside. Kyle Lewis. He finds Aiden Kenley. So Ohio State playing some new players now, getting everybody involved. Last one was Garrett Nielsen. 16-3 in favor of the Buckeyes at home. 6 minutes remaining. Kenley fires. Way too high. But a fast and speedy shot from Kenley.
Exactly. And why not take an opportunity and a rip as well here? You've had plenty of chances. Why not have some more spectacular ones out in front of net?
Does Ed Sheen want goal number 6? He gives it up for now. Nielsen bounces on the outside. Here come the Buckeyes. It's Mitchell Sandberg getting some run now for the Buckeyes. Ed Sheen comes around X. So dangerous at goal line extended. Looks to be that Sheen's looking for goal number 6. Hungry for some more. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Sam Burns gets it up top. Lewis is going to have to shoot it. 5 seconds remain on the shot clock. Lewis just throws it away. Good clock awareness by Ohio State to realize they were out of time and throw it away. But Ohio State's done that a lot today with their shot clock violations.
And they can afford it as well. Talking about the lead as well. Just having a great day in front of goal has given them the opportunities where they don't need to get any possession or shot off if they don't need to as of now, and instead resetting their lineup.
And the Buckeyes aggressively trying to get another ground ball. And they do so. And a holding call against Cleveland State gives Ohio State the possession.
And you can just tell Nick Myers down there on the sideline fired up, getting his team involved as well. Such a passionate head coach for this Ohio State squad. And again, speaking of the stadium, a sole reason is that he wanted to incorporate many other stadiums that he has seen across the country, and he's finally happy to be part of this process in a place where the Buckeyes can finally call home this year.
And for people curious to what stadiums he was referring to, he's referring to a couple Big Ten foes. As Sam Burns gets around outside, good stop by Logan, and Coach Myers told us that a couple teams he was looking at, the school up north, Johns Hopkins, and he really liked the way Denver Stadium also looks. So incorporating all these different stadiums to a family-friendly environment, they hope to have food trucks on the outside where you see some of the cars on your screen. And you have field side access seats over there, standing room on this side as well as some bleachers. You can stand anywhere you want. There's some hills as well as they want to incorporate. So the Buckeyes have a lot to offer at this stadium. Year number 1 of this beautiful venue.
And again, just incorporates into the rising sport, which is lacrosse, especially at this collegiate level. Big Ten is growing. Ohio State is growing. The sport is growing.
The Big Ten, a 16 conference with Ohio State, Maryland, Rutgers, Penn State, Michigan, and Johns Hopkins. All represented well this season. Buckeyes finished third last year in the conference, in a very tough conference when you have Maryland in the Big Ten. And a penalty will be called against Ohio State. Wallen makes the save, and here come the Buckeyes. Coach Meyer still continues to coach up his team and wants the team to be as disciplined as possible every time they're on defense or offense, because he knows they have many more tests coming. Their non-conference schedule does not get easier from here, Cole. North Carolina next week. Then they go to Florida to take on Virginia in the Naples Classic in the Southwest Shootout. Then they come home. They have Cornell, who was in the national championship last year, and then they rounded out with Detroit Mercy. So you have three teams that are ranked in the top 25 right now, especially with Virginia and Connor Schellenberger, who's arguably the best player in college lacrosse. So Ohio State has a lot of tests coming up. In those three games I just mentioned of Cornell, Virginia, and North Carolina, how do you think the Buckeyes will fare as a goal is scored by Brendan Sigurdsson?
And a great job by Sigurdsson. We'll get back to your point in a second, Matt. As Cleveland State built up an attack here, their second goal of this third quarter, and that's the most goals they've scored in a quarter so far today. About 2:55 to go here in Columbus. The Vikings aren't done just yet, still getting us some anticipating play. And a great job there, making the most of it on the extra man opportunity.
2:55 remaining in Cole, so we talked about the teams they are facing. They're all going to bring a different test. They all have different great parts of their games, these other opponents. But what does Ohio State need to do in order to be successful and trying to go 3-0? Because that's the goal against those three teams.
Yeah, it's simply about the confidence. You know the talent that Ohio State has to offer is among one of the best in the nation. Clearly, as it's shown today, showed last week against Air Force. They're number 11 for a reason. And this is exactly what Nick Myers wanted. He wanted these tough schedules. He wanted to prepare his team for Big Ten play and to make that national tournament, 2017 Final Four. And they want to get back to that spot.
Good job by Ohio State's defense, not allowing Cleveland State to get anything. Now here come the Buckeyes up the field. Garrett Nielsen has the ball. Nielsen has a goal today for the Buckeyes. Back up top. And a possible hidden ball trick. Cleveland State not fooled this time. Mitchell Sandberg gets around the outside. Looked like he was going to rip one possibly. But gets it behind the net. Bad pass there from Gavin Begonia. Less than 2 minutes remaining in this third quarter. Ohio State up 12 goals against the in-state rival in Cleveland State. Thanks for joining us on Big Ten Plus. As college lacrosse is back in town, and Ohio State has a new venue. Buckeyes up big at home. The crowd has been loving it all day by their Buckeyes and the performance they've had. Cleveland State rips a goal. What a shot against the pressure from Bowen. Goal is good by Ian McKissick.
And good job by the Vikings staying consistent here in this third quarter. That's their third goal here in the third quarter. As you can tell, they're looking to come alive just a little bit. Not letting this one get too far away out of them. They want to stay in this ball game, and they've done it right now here in the third, taking it to the Buckeyes.
McKissick, first goal of the season for him. 16-5, Buckeyes lead. 59.9 seconds remaining. Right on the dot. Cleveland State wins the faceoff. Evan Mosca with another faceoff win for the Vikings. Here come the Vikings up top. Gannon Matthews goes inside, gets it back to X. Good little spin dodge there from Boniface. Boniface has a short stick against him. Oh, and a miscue on the fire there from Ryan High. Cleveland State will keep possession. 19 seconds remaining in the quarter. More than enough time on the shot clock. Cleveland State hoping to get another goal. Get the deficit down to 10. And a rip from High allows the Vikings to get another opportunity with 8.2 remaining. Here comes Cleveland State at X. Up top, going quick, Gannon Matthews. He's going to shoot it. Does he get the goal in time? And the officials say, buzzer beater goal at the end of the third quarter. Gannon Matthews past Wallen right at the buzzer.
That's how you close the quarter out for the Vikings. 2 goals from Matthews, and that caps a Vikings 4-goal quarter now here. So they're starting to get going. They trail 10 here. It's going to take a lot for them to come back against Ohio State, but Cleveland State definitely get a little more comfortable as we go into the fourth quarter.
No doubt about it. Gannon Matthews, second goal of the season, second goal of the game. Brings the deficit down to 10. Fourth quarter action coming your way in just a moment on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back here on Big Ten Plus. Start of the fourth quarter action for Ohio State. New goalie in for the Buckeyes. Oren Galinas will be the goalkeeper for the Buckeyes, the 6'3" freshman from Waltham, Massachusetts. So that ends Whalen's day. Whalen ended the day, 6 goals allowed and 6 saves. Pretty solid day from Skyler.
Yeah, Wallen is just a great job back there in between. But now coming in, we saw Galinas get warmed up in that between the third period, and we were wondering if he was going to get his time in. But Nick Myers finally pulling the trigger, and why not? Get some guys in, get that experience, great experience as well for the freshman.
Colin Krask gets the faceoff win for the Buckeyes. Coleman Krask, the freshman from Wake Forest, North Carolina. Now here come the Buckeyes. Garrett Nilsson at X. Kenley, some nice moves inside. Nilsson can't catch the ball, but he recovers. Some sloppy ball movement from Ohio State. Just about 30 seconds on the shot clock. Inside, Sandberg. Nielsen recovers at the end line. Sandberg walks it around on X. Now at goal line extended. He's got a short stick, loses control of possession. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Here comes Sandberg. Rips one. Whoa, top left corner. What a shot and what a goal. The junior attackman. Wow.
Wow. What a shot by Sandberg. A rocket into the corner. Man. Man. Just talking about the depth from Ohio State. Great job that time as he picks up his first goal today and of the season. Just a beautiful shot by Sandberg.
The British Columbia native zipped that past. A new goalie as well for Cleveland State and Connor Kernan, the redshirt sophomore from Pennsylvania. He has the ball right now.
And Kernan appeared in 2 games last season for the Vikings and recorded a save in his debut. So looking on the other side for this Viking squad, why not give him a chance? Andy German feels like now's the right time and get some more players that are a little bit unexperienced up into the matchups.
Cole, so Ohio State has 11 different goal scorers today of their 17 goals. Pretty impressive.
It just speaks to the volume and the depth that Ohio State has to offer. And again, just Nick Myers doing a great job facilitating different guys, different lines in that he sees fit, and great experience that the Buckeyes have been able to get today.
More new Buckeyes have checked into the game. Connor Mitchell, he has a goal in the day. He has control of the ball right now. On a nice check there from Tanner Cox. He's played well today, Tanner Cox.
He's been able to have his moments here and there to help out his squad when needed. Now Vikings, who had their best quarter last period with 4, let's see what they can do now as they're building up on this offensive end.
Ohio State 37 shots on the day. Cleveland State 23, so not too far behind, but Ohio State and Cleveland State are tied in the faceoff category, 13 each. So Cleveland State, they've been able to win a lot of possessions, but keeping those possessions and being able to get goals on those possessions has been the struggling moment. Gannon Matthews up top. He has it on his strong side now. Gets it up. Gives it up. Donatus. Michael Kerr back up top. Matthews to Amiri Austin. Austin's got a short stick against Dante Bowen. Austin, he has a goal today. And Galinas gets the save for the Buckeyes.
First action he's seen, and he makes the most of it, getting a quick save, and now bringing the ball up.
Buckeyes are down a couple injuries today. Caden Johnson, the backup goalkeeper, and the transfer from North Carolina, not suited up today. And another guy is Colby Smith for the Buckeyes, who was so good last year with 41 goals. So think about this, Cole. No Colby Smith, and he was so dangerous last season to this Ohio State offense that has put 17 points, 11 different goal scorers. You add in Colby Smith to the mix. If he plays against North Carolina next week and some of these top teams, this Ohio State offense is going to go from really good to very dangerous.
And that's exactly what it is. Just being able to have so many pieces on that offensive end is a healthy problem for head coach Nick Myers to have, especially seeing some of this more talented teams in the near future, like you talked about, like a North Carolina, a Cornell. They will have their hands full, and they will be looking to be at full strength with their full onslaught of offensive weapons.
Sam Burns gets to the Pelkey. Mitchell Pelkey back into the game. And there goes Garrett Nilsson. Nilsson pressured by Longstick. Only 5 seconds on the shot clock. Nilsson gets it around. And again, the clock awareness by Ohio State to realize no need to force a shot with only a couple seconds remaining.
Yeah, and again, we've seen that multiple times today. But once again, just Ohio State getting the guys they want back. Good play here, making sure that they would not able to get a shot off.
Kernan looks around. Not plenty of time left to clear it. And they do so, but right back in the hands of Ohio State. Alex Mariner. The long stick gets it to Nilsson. The Buckeyes look to kick it around. Here comes Connor Mitchell. Aiden Kenley. Back to Burns. He's got a short stick on him. Nice little opportunity. But he just swings it around X. Cole, the ball moving by Ohio State today so smooth, and they've been able to find everybody at different times on different possessions. And a nice shot on goal, but a save from Kernan. Nilsson got bodied there on the shot.
And again, just talking about this Ohio State offense, very wealthy in terms of sharing the wealth. They know how to move the ball around. They know how to get all their pieces involved on this offensive end. And you said it, this is why we've seen it so many times, taking it all the way down to the shot clock and ending up not getting a shot that they like just because the opportunity wasn't there for them. They've been able to get their shots when they've needed, of course, leading 17-6. They have that 11-goal differential so far. But if they don't like a shot, they're not going to take it. They're not going to force it, something that's so disciplined about this squad.
Cleveland State has it up top. Kick it around to McKissick. McKissick's got a short stick. Back to X. That's Gannon Matthews. Finds his teammate Andrew Boniface. Now to Kerr. 25 seconds on the shot clock for Cleveland State to make it a 10-point deficit with the next goal if they can. McKissick, he has a goal today. Spins around. Whoa! Bottom left corner. Ian McKissick makes it a 10-goal game.
Great job again by McKissick. Keeping involved in this Cleveland State offense, was settling in into this offensive attack, and they get the quick goal in against Jelinas, who made his debut so far this season. One save on the day, but he lets that one by. Just a brilliant, beautiful shot down low.
.809 remaining as Ian McKissick gets his second goal of the game. That's Galinas' first goal he's led up in his Ohio State career. Buckeyes win the faceoff.
And for McKissick, saw some action last year as a junior in 10 contests as a midfielder. He had 5 goals, and he scored a goal in each of the final 3 games. And you can tell he's off to a hot start. In their first game of the season, he's got 2 today.
Cleveland State has made this a 10-point game. Pelkey up top. A little shake and bake, and he gets the goal! Mitchell Pelkey, top left corner, second goal of the game.
Great job by Pelkey. Quick answer over there for Ohio State, wasting no time. Pelkey driving all the way in, and you said into the top left. Hard to block those ones coming in.
Pelkey comes back to the bench. Get some good high fives from the teammates. Pelkey, second goal of the game and second goal of the season. Ohio State playing like a well-rounded, oiled machine. And a push going against Ohio State. So Cleveland State's Gannon Matthews will start with the ball. There's Matthews right now. Ohio State 2 goals in this quarter. Cleveland State only 1. Right now, Ohio State has 8 goals in this half. Cleveland State 5. So the first half has really been the story of how this game ended up, Cole.
Yeah, Ohio State got quickly off the start. I'm just talking about how their offense really started to settle. And you said 10 goals, and they slowed down here in the second as they've been giving some more guys some opportunities. And another goal for the Vikings.
Gannon Matthews gets it past Galinas. Good job by Matthews to get his third goal. So a hat trick for Matthews today. Matthews showing us the reason why he was the ASUN Freshman of the Year.
Yeah, another standout. His third goal. Finished with 19 goals, 15 assists that accumulated for 34 points. He recorded a point in every game last season. And just another reason this Cleveland State offense has been relying on him today and will look to rely on him in conference play come the rest of the season.
Cleveland State gets the faceoff win. Now they have 15 faceoff wins compared to Ohio State's 14, so Cleveland State has done a nice job in the goal. Good job, Michael Kerr. Slips it right past Galinas. And all of a sudden, it's a 9-point game, Cole.
And Vikings going quickly off that faceoff. As you mentioned, they've done a great job today. And you can see they're starting to pull themselves back here a little bit late in this game. 6:37 remaining
here at Ohio State Lacrosse Stadium. We're next to the Jennings Wrestling Facility in the Ty Tucker Tennis Center for people looking to come watch some Ohio State lacrosse in the future. But thanks for joining us on Big Ten Plus. I'm Matt Goldman, my partner Cole Emplet. For the first game of the season for Cleveland State and second game of the season for Ohio State. Delayed penalty will be coming up against Ohio State. Cleveland State has the ball. Here's Gannon Matthews, the hat-trick man of the day for the Vikings. Gets him to McKissick. McKissick's also had himself a nice day. Right around X. Oh, and what a shot by Cleveland State's Sigurdsson. That's his second goal of the game.
And the Vikings trying to make it real interesting real quickly with 6 minutes left. The Vikings have been pouring it on. You talk about 4 goals in the third period. Now a quick 4 goals as well. A 2-goal to 8-goal differential between the halves for Cleveland State. They've been getting some momentum on their side.
And all of a sudden, Cleveland State's only down 8. With 6:03 remaining, head coach Nick Myers of Ohio State wants to talk things over with his squad. And reason to do so is Cleveland State all of a sudden has gotten themselves back into the game with 6:03 remaining. We'll be back in just a moment on Big Ten Plus. Welcome back here on Big Ten Plus. 6 minutes and 3 seconds remaining in a man-up situation for Cleveland State after the goal. Carter Hillary was called for slashing. So 1 minute of Ohio State in the penalty box. Cleveland State, who has scored a couple times in the last couple minutes, down 8. And the comeback could possibly start now, but Ohio State has possession. Alex Mariner gets it inside, right on the crease. Great save there from Kernan. The shot was from Gavin Bononia. Cole, an excellent save from Kernan, right on the doorstep. Did not allow a goal.
Yeah, great stop as well. As Cleveland State now calls the timeout, they're going to have 25 seconds on the man up. And they know, like you said, if there's any chance of that comeback, they know they have to convert on this opportunity right now. They've been so great in the second half. 8 of their 10 goals, 4 of those coming in the fourth as well. So the Vikings not done yet. They're going to talk it over here and see just how they want to approach this 25 seconds.
Ohio State up big. Looking around the country right now. In Jacksonville, number 17 in the nation up 13-12 to number 7 Duke. So an impressive game going on there. And Maryland is facing in-state rival Loyola, who's tied at 3-3. And Maryland's number 1 in the country. We don't have an update on Virginia and Michigan at the moment. Oh, and it looks like Virginia down 1 to Michigan. Georgetown and Johns Hopkins 5-5. Georgetown number 3 in the nation. And Rutgers up 6-3 to Stony Brook. They're number 10 in the nation. So a lot of big surprises right now when looking around the country. And an upset happened. Number 14, Boston, 6 minutes away from being upset against Vermont, excuse me.
And it just shows there's plenty of great lacrosse action across the country right now. Something that makes it so exciting, just the teams that have been able to prevail as we've seen on the scoreboard so far.
No doubt about it. As we're going to resume possession play here in Columbus, Ohio. Virginia has beaten Michigan officially. So that game just ended in a 13-12 game between those two. Cleveland State will keep possession. So Michigan close to beating Virginia who Ohio State will face in a couple weeks. I'm sure Nick Myers will be looking at that film to see how to get an advantage over the Cavaliers and Connor Schellenberger. Cleveland State with 5 minutes remaining, and now it's all even between the two. On the doorstep, losing control possession is Whit Stopak.
And talking about just a missed opportunity, Cleveland State still with the chance to come back here, but they would have liked to get one up as they had the man up. Unable to convert, and now a little scruff in the middle.
4:40 remaining in this game. Cleveland State's Amiri Austin picks up and is hit in the helmet. And here comes the penalty, a delayed penalty from the officials. Flag does fly. Ohio State, that's going to be their 6th penalty of the game. Can't imagine Coach Myers is too happy about the way his team is playing in terms of penalties.
Yeah, not especially in the second half as well. A little bit of undisciplined play, uncharacteristic for this Ohio State squad.
Down 8 is Cleveland State. Trying to get to 7. Almost on the doorstep again. Ryan High. But the penalty is called a slashing 1-minute penalty. Let's see who it's assessed against. Penalty will be called against Alec Marner, the sophomore defensive mid from Ontario. Cole with 3:59 remaining. Cleveland State needs to get really quick possessions if they want to climb their way back up, but they are man up right now.
Yeah, another man up, seeing if they can capitalize here. Could be all but done in Columbus, but Cleveland State trying to build on some momentum going in next week as they have a date set in South Bend with Notre Dame.
That won't be easy against the Fighting Irish. As a goal! Nice shot by Ryan High on the goal line extended. Makes this a 7-goal game between these two, but is it enough time to come back against the Buckeyes? With 3:41 remaining. Buckeyes' opponent next week, North Carolina, beat mercilessly against Mercer 25-3 in that game. North Carolina, they don't have Chris Gray anymore, who's the all-time leading goal scorer in North Carolina history. He's gone. So North Carolina, a lot of fresh new faces. Ohio State did beat them in Chapel Hill last season. Can the Buckeyes beat them in their home field? Both teams fighting right now. Still a man-up situation for the Buckeyes. Excuse me, that's no longer after the goal from High.
And Ryan High getting his first of the year, the redshirt senior. Last season led the Vikings with 32 goals and was tied for second in points with 34. So he's making his mark early on to the season, getting his first goal today.
Buckeyes moving it around once again. Just a little over 3 minutes remaining. Sandberg tried to find Nielsen right in front of Kernan on the goal. Now it's Aiden Kenley. Kenley with the spin move, with the shot, fires, and scores. Aiden Kenley with his first goal of the season.
And that all but does it for Ohio State. Aiden Kenley, the sophomore, doing a great job getting into his rhythm and firing a rocket right into the corner. Great job by Ohio State as they will look to hold off now the Vikings, who have provided some great attack here in the second half, but that goal all but seals it today.
Aiden Kenley picks up his first goal of the season and of the game. And a face-off win by Connor Swaggerman from Mentor, Ohio. Here come the Vikings with 2:30 remaining in this game. 8-goal game in favor of the Buckeyes. Buckeyes outshooting Cleveland State 41-30. So the Buckeyes started off hot in the first half. 10 goals scored in the first half compared to Cleveland State's 2. And that looks to be about the reason why Ohio State's up, because both teams have scored 9 goals in this half each, Cole.
Yeah, just talk about the play picking up in the second half as well. Both teams staying really competitive. That's another goal for the Vikings.
Wow. Brandon Sigurdsson. Another hat trick for the Cleveland State Vikings. This time it's Sigurdsson, 3 goals on the day.
Just a beautiful play as well. Talking about the Vikings never giving up. Never giving up. Just staying in it, staying involved here. And while the result might not go in their favor, this is great build-up and great momentum. You're going against a top-ranked Ohio State team, and we talked about the schedule doesn't get easier. Next week in South Bend, going against Notre Dame. This is the great way to help build a program. Again, this team who just started their inaugural season in 2017, 5 years along the way to see where they have come now. And they're taking on and competing with a top-ranked Ohio State squad.
Here come the Buckeyes going quick. Nilsson, and a nice shot there from Begonia, but Kernan with the save, and Nilsson intercepts it, tries to save it. Oh, and he does so. Oh, and here comes Nilsson once again. He can't get the ground ball, though. Cleveland State wins the possession. His teammates were fired up. An athletic save from Garrett Nilsson. And a violation. The 20 seconds are over as Cleveland State could not clear it in time.
Yeah, just talk about staying with the play there, and a great job. The fans let him know as well. Close this one out. Still keeping up the intensity for Ohio State.
1 minute and 14 seconds remaining at Ohio State Lacrosse Stadium between Cleveland State and number 11 Ohio State. And the shot clock difference between shot and game clock is about 7 seconds. Coach Myers told Sam Burns, move it around. Doesn't look like Ohio State will shoot it. We'll draw it all the way down to get a shot clock violation and throw the ball away. And Ohio State played well today, Cole. 42 shots, resulting in 19 goals.
Just another dominant performance. Again, they start their season and their campaign in 2023 at their new home 2-0, and they will continue their homestand next week. We talk about, again, another blue blood lacrosse team, North Carolina, UNC, comes to town. All the coverage next week, Sunday, February 19th on Big Ten Plus.
And the shot clock violation is just about 5 seconds remaining. And that's going to do it. Galinas gets the final save. Buckeyes rush the field. And Ohio State has won 19-12. Victory number 2 on the season. Here at home in Columbus, Ohio, Cleveland State falls to 0-1 on the year. And a great job from Ohio State leading the way today. Ed Sheen, the sophomore from California, 5 goals and 1 assist. Do it for Ohio State. But everyone's not remembering Jack Myers in the first half. 1 goal, 2 assists. But he moves up all time in points to 5th place. He has a career assist 100 now. So Ohio State does a great job in allowing their star players to get the job done with.
Exactly so. And it's a game as well for Ohio